After an exhausting 6-hour boat ride from Calabar, Ishmael Etongo finally set foot on Cameroonian soil, his homeland, nearly a year after he was abducted by unidentified pirates in the coastal town of Idabato. His arrival at the B Command Post in Idinao was marked by a mix of relief and solemnity. He was formally received by the Secretary General at the Southwest Governor's Office, Gilbert Achakwente. Though physically stable after receiving medical attention in Calabar, the scars, he says, are not just physical but deeply emotional. He was escorted by his brother and a representative from the Cameroonian consulate in Calabar, Nigeria. Authorities revealed that his release was the result of sustained collaboration between Cameroonian and Nigerian security and diplomatic channels. Etongo is currently in Boya, undergoing debriefing before being formally reunited with his loved ones. Etongo Ishmael was abducted on October 12, 2024, alongside the divisional officer of Idabato, Roland Ewane, who was freed earlier in March 2025.
Lesson number 1, my country people, Dr. Waiting. Listen, whether or not you accept my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. This is an enemy that is strong. So, we got to be technical to what they do. We thank my country people for this wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead.
The truth about the situation for Bamenda now, I say, even small picking commode call goes down. Any man they fear his life. You know, like the other day, which happened, I say people that be killed inside a vehicle.
When I sorry that boy already die so. See Mad Dog had and kill him for Bamenda. See the other one where they kill him just the other day. Fuck run with the kill him the other day. How many was so the runners of Bamenda? 3. How many? You know how many kill other boy? If they kill other boy them, okay. Do you know say the one a popular motion ahead of the life of the people of Bamenda? They are jubilating that they have Bamenda is locked. Nobody is going out. They don't know the pain. When we declare that no motorbike, no moto, it be been for send a message. It not be been for punish our own people, and our people no be for turn and for punish our people. Then I go play.
I don't go offline now. I tell you some one thing sincerely. First 22nd September, when the team start me, I be there for row. I be protest. I be thinking my life for the team. First October, they kill my 2 friends from my front, shoot them, my best friend them. I be send you that picture that you see. The man not tell you like no. Honestly speaking, people don't start get fed up for all the for all this childish play that body plan for why man comes for people that like them for risks. If you say team not like a clown. So until we make amends them back.
Ma ask you something. Let me say, okay, ma ask you one question. Now me ask you a question. Do you know that this is the conclusion La République du Cameroon want you to have? They want forgive we our own pepper. Protect only our own people them. To provoke we every day the neighbor of social media, close by close. We say one use ghost town for disgrace La République. Then use only our own people them for bring that ghost town. So that me when I get the same conclusion where you make them. Nothing that way La République one time.
Capo, there must be plan B for anything. If we reduce, if you go for some battery, you must get plan A, plan B.
No, what plan?
This particular thing where they happen so for grounds for this one region there, so una dey really feel am. Why una no fit come together as one? Una want take decision where it impact the people they positively as one or negatively as one.
My brother, we take decision about how it push was struggle go before.
International community. Sako talk so, Ayabato talk so. Why what be the difference? So una no fit join una self like one people for one place. Why?
Ma ask you one question.
We will know. Why? I mean that is suffer. But just wanna stop ghost town. Sako say una whole ghost town. What be the problem? Una no fit invite my brother. Una tell we more here. Una tell we not be una enemy. We be brothers.
Okay, listen. Okay, listen. Why you ask question? If you ask the same question, we'll cancel them.
Because of Sokadem, because of this. Now all this division, I don't bring us. So I don't make away. The thing don't be like clown for Daniel. Where did they do am? Wait till na no fit cap. Una fight for liberation for some country. One people, one.
Ask yourself, say. Wait till the pastor them. Why they know? Before humble themselves, then come out when Sissoko fire them. You see, Seseko a group day, Ayabacho a day, John Bakoro a day, they talk one mob. Why this pastor where they don't fire them? Why they no be go them? That way they fire Larry Young, Ayong, no be come on go e. Wait till where the one they fight for stable power. Wait till they bring confusion.
They fight for power because of say they want get money.
Okay, if una there for ground zero, una one who begin include people the way they fight now because of money, that means would one do the same way it happened for La Republic.
When agents him, if Sakuno come off for game, always this goes down by many people who go always follow up.
I tell you, my brother, they're giving our pep, they're giving our medicine now. They talk say they will give you a medicine. They say, "Una one show we say ghost town, or na they use ghost town for disgrace you for international community. We go use na only that ghost town for kill na, and then get their people the way they call them. They give the ghost town, and it be difficult for our people. Then because I don't talk to people of Bamenda, they tell me say, "Capo, you have to do how? If you come out say La Republic go kill people, una see how they shoot people the inside mode."
They work they do. They think they suffer bad. Or go cry for social media. If me they use advantage, since Sakuno then for side way they even go shoot them. They give for using a leg and diaspora get responsibility for move Sakuno. Me they use a leg and fax them my trip to Boya where evidence is the embezzler. So it could be a diaspora it won't challenge for take sample Sakuno from the hood. Now so they give even no so La Republic agent they will still follow Sakuno because they know say a dump person that they will still.
Then talk say Capo, me the enforce them. Me the enforce them, give the order, me the enforce them. It will make sense for all man.
No.
Now that even you know make up to 3 days.
It makes sense.
Now that same general, now that same general call back talk say this so this thing now it is so La Republic then too they do their operation right now. It give them advantage because it like the other caller talk na quarantine it quarantine all man.
We I don't call. See, the truth I say for we for Bamenda here, me self I feel wake up, I just send fake message on social media say lockdown. People they go start fear, they respect them. But so they need for dig that Sako they for hood. Me Sako they know say even currently I saw the talk that guy where he be there for hotel one that way why man he be act that a film for hotel one that they work at the praise they say no it do.
The way to tell our people then I say now when they suffer for ground zero.
Cameroon has 360 subdivisions. Cameroon has 58 divisions. Cameroon has 10 regions. In every community you find yourself in, Paul Biya has somebody there. It means that when you come to Misade, for instance, it is not Paul Biya who is coming to campaign. It is Professor Fukale who is coming to tell his country people vote for Paul Biya. When you come to Nkambe, it is not Paul Biya, it's Sheikh Jules Yembe. It is Sheikh Musa, it is Ngala Gerard, it is the Director General of Comtel.
Please,
Judy, permitter.
Your analysis lopsided.
Permitter. These are the people you see that your floor when you stand. Now, these are the people who go to campaign. When you come to Boya, you have Honorable Malumba, you have Nalova Lyonga, you have Peter Mafanimo Songe. They are the people going to talk for Pobia. It's not Pobia is going there. When you go to Menchum, you have Walang Richard. He's the one talking there. It's not Pobia. When you come to Douala, you have people like Laura Eso, who is the Minister of Justice. He's the one talking. When you go to the West region, you have people like Celestine Kecha-Cortez. You have people like Jean-Didier Momo. You have people like Emmanuel Ngannou Njomisi. They are the ones talking for Pobia. Not Pobia talking there. And the people are telling them that I am Minister of Public Works now. My name is Emmanuel Ngannou Njomisi. If you decide not to vote Pobia again, be rest assured that the next government, I may not be there, but if you think that it's okay, vote the opposition. What I'm saying is simple, Mr. Liu. I have studied the political landscape. I've covered elections. Mr. Liu, you, me, and this Mr. Tajama Jarvis. In 2018, we covered the presidential elections where he was arrested in front of us. We know the story. We are saying that haven't studied the political landscape in this country. If the opposition does not form one, let them be making noise. Why? In 1992, Mr. Leo, Cameroonians had two things. They were voting either for CPDM or they were voting for Union of Change and not the SDF. And the Union of Change was Ni John Trudy. I want a situation where in my village, as I go and vote in October, I should know that I'm voting. Mr. Leo, let me give you just a simple analysis. A simple analysis. Now, sir. Yes, a simple analysis.
My time.
Yes, no, sir. Yes.
After him, I'll come
Yeah,
back to
yes,
it.
sir. My simple analysis. I give a very simple analysis. You come to Mr. J subdivision, where elections hold in October. 1. These are the political parties in the village, because lots of our brothers are watching. They're indicating. 1. You have the CPDM. 2. You have the SDF, and as of now, the 2 people who are supposed to be district chairmen of the SDF we don't want to say they have joined the system, but they are incommunicado. You have the ANZP, which as of now belongs to the presidential majority, Mr. Leo. At the end of the day, in Mr. J's subdivision, who are people voting for? The CRM is not known in the village. I won't say it here. Manidem is not known in that village, because when they put ballot boxes to go and vote, like I'll go and vote, they just put the parties that are registered within the ELECAM. So they just put, maybe they'll put CPDM, SDF and other parties. Now, Manidem is not known in that village. If the person who knows Manidem and wants my people from my village to vote Manidem, they should pay transfer and go to Mr. J. Pay me say that from Bamenda to Mr. J is 20,000 now, because of the rains.
And you are proud to say that?
I'm not saying that I'm proud. I'm saying that I said it's a system. The only way we can vote out this system, the only way we can vote the CPD out, is to form one party. Well, I should be going to Mr. J to go and vote. I should be going and knowing that I'm going to vote for Kum Leonard. When I have money, they are distracting us. Cameroon is too big for what they are doing.
Okay, Cameroon is too big. Please, I want us.
Okay.
You people
No.
are
I want us to look at the coalition effort. We have the Constitutional Council that is going to listen to petitions, and after that we're going to have a definite list, and after which we're going to see the publication of the ballot papers for the respective. Will it still make sense to go in for a coalition endorsing one person when almost everybody's ballot paper is going to be produced?
It will not make sense like it did in 2018. We experienced the same thing in 2018 when Barrister Keremuna actually formed a coalition with Professor Kamto when his name has already been on the ballot, and so they could not take it away from the ballot. A similar argument occurred in Nigeria into the last election when a candidate name had already been included in the ballot, and they had already printed, and the candidate was saying that he is joining the Peter Obi's coalition. They said, but it's impossible because your name is already on the ballot. So coalition now should have even started before the deposition of documents. And when candidates went and deposited the document and even paid that 30 million, I look at somebody and said, that is the end of coalition. Go in peace. The coalition has ended. Vote for your party of your choice. Because how will you explain that I want to pay 30 million and you pay 30 million, this person paid 30 million, knowing fully well that we are supposed to form a coalition? Then why are we wasting that money? That is big money that could actually produce boreholes, water during the period of the campaign. But you have already used it to go and pay 30 million. Then you say expect coalition. That would be an imagination from the, and even if that comes to place, it means that that candidate is a candidate that cannot develop the nation when it comes to economics. You are someone is an economist here. Why will you waste that amount of money when you could easily come to a coalition? Let me cue from what Song actually made mention. There are various elections. There are 3 elections in Africa now which are coming on 2027. Let me start with Nigeria. Nigeria, there is a coalition known as the ADC. The ADC coalition they're in talks now for 2027, and the ADC coalition is made up of the Labour Party, it's made up of the PDP party of Atiku Abubakar, and it's also made up of Kwankwaso, who has a following in the north, and he came up with, I think, 1.9 million votes just in the election. So you have these 3 guys, plus some other parties that have joined, to fight against the APC, that's the All Progressive Congress. Now the APC also has its own coalition, where APC is getting members from PDP government, governors from PDP, they are getting them to join the APC, so they are forming their own coalition. This is for 2027. We are not talking about 2025 or 2020, and it is active. Let me pause there and come to Kenya. Now, Kenya, who will also be running for election in 2027. But now in Kenya, we have coalition discussion that's also ongoing. You have the deposed president, the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. You also have the key opposition figures. You have Kalonzo, you have Matakure, and you also have Michangi. These are 4 guys who are members of the opposition, key opposition parties that have decided to come together for 2027. They have started their tour already. They have started their European tour and tour within the country. They are moving. They are holding talks. They are going to church, explaining their vision. These are for 2027. But you come to Cameroon, an election that we have for October, which is just we're in August, September, October. We are still talking about coalition. It is an error. It's an error of monumental proportion. Let me cue in also from what Prince Joel said. For example, let us look at the Cameroon electoral map.
Simple.
In the Cameroon electoral map, we have 25,000 polling stations.
Simple.
25,000 polling stations, which means that each of these parties will need 25,000 polling heads across to represent them in their polling station.
I want to vote in
now,
I want to see them there.
let us look at the polling units and cells. How many because you can come to a particular area. Let me use Moya for example. Moya has about 7 polling areas. You have GBS 1, GBS 2 for a school, a slaughterhouse, a different. All this. It means that you need polling agent in all of these cells. These cells plus that polling unit agent, and you need people who cannot be compromised. Because when I hear Cameroonians say, vote have been stolen by who? For my own analogy, there are people who are monitors who definitely may be in that position of selling vote, not actually the fact that the votes have been stolen. Now you move to Bomaka and the rest. You need polling agents across. How can a party be able to cover this area? And there is something that a lot of them are not looking, and I don't want to hear that history will repeat itself at the Constitutional Council as it did in 2018. And what is the history? In the northern and southwest, there was no election, there was war. That's where their petition. Mark this. Those of you watching, this will be their petition in 20 when the election comes. That will be their position. No, there was no election, north and southwest. Instead, they should come together now and strategize and form one of force, or even let's even have 2. Let's take the younger generation, merge. The older generation, merge. It would reduce the gap. Then from the older generation and the younger generation, one person comes, they form the bond, and now we move as a chain. Because if you look at, let me go by data in 2018 result we have. In 2018, 3.7 something million people voted. Of the 3.7 million people voted, CPDN had about 2.9 something. Now you share that accordingly to the opposition. There are a lot of people who cannot go and vote because they say they can only vote when there's a coalition. And these are the people called a silent majority. And I want to ask myself a question. Does that of Serge Etoile Matomba, does he have what it takes to cover the 10 regions? I was going to Bamenda. So then I decided to travel to Bamenda during the day, in the morning. As I was going, I was seeing villages. Then I asked myself that, how will it take if I was to be a presidential candidate to cover the entire this area? And that's where a coalition comes in. Like he was saying that CPD has surrogates that will surrogate for them. That's the reason why if you have a coalition, the coalition will surrogate for you. Like in 1992, people Fundi could not cover the entire nation at a go, but there was a coalition, Union pour le Changement, and the Union pour le Changement was that in north you protect it for us, in the south you protect it for us, in the east you protect it for us. We could easily have an uncompromised procel verbal. But now when you are going that any man for himself, God for we all, you work with volunteers that can easily be bought, because at the end of the day, some of the volunteers that you have, you cannot pay them. They are not die-hearted. But if you form a coalition, the volunteers will be die-hearted volunteers who protect their stronghold. My conclusion on this is that if by Elekam is doing us a great favor. In fact, Elekam has done a great favor by toasting out some of the parties. And to me, the Constitutional Council should toast us some, so that
it's not a favor. They're just.
I'm just saying us. I'm saying us. I'm not saying that. I'm saying us a favor. I'm not saying that Elekam has taken side. I'm saying those of us who want coalition, as we are seeing the rejection, we are happy. because the rejection is enabling us to easily talk to these people that, please, if I have means, please go and take back their 30 million. Let's come together. Some of you, if you really want, because at the end of the day, it is you will hear Tomanda Nepa Fini. It is just wait, you will hear. If you don't form a coalition, election is completed. I don't want to hear the Constitutional Council come and say that, oh, they are ready to penalty, the BIT market command.
If you say that, they will say that I bought you over.
Okay. They should say now.
Okay, yes. Yep. So now let's look at this coalition factor. Almost everybody is saying that they should endorse this. They should endorse. Is this the language we should be hearing from these guys now?
This is the language we should be hearing. The sad reality there is that everybody seems to be hypocrite as far as that is concerned from the political stakeholders. And let me say why they are hypocrite. You will hear this person will tell you, I am open for coalition. The other person will tell you, I am open for coalition. I am open for coalition is a statement that we don't want to hear. What you should be telling us is that I have met so and so person for coalition. This is the condition that so and so person gave, and that is why till now we have not been able to reach a compromise. With that, it makes us believe that you are serious. Cameroonians are not fools that you come on TV and say, or you come press conference and say, I am open for coalition. No, I'm open. Everybody's open for coalition. Even the person whose file was rejected was open for coalition. So you should not say, I am open for coalition. We are no longer that political ignorant that I am open for coalition. I am open for coalition. We have gone past that level, and that's why I'm saying that it is greed. It is great because they believe, and sometimes you watch them, the level in which the effort, in fact, they greed, the way in which they greed has eaten deep in the. You look and ask yourself, can we actually get away from this? Because somebody will tell you, I know what it takes to win election in Cameroon. I can win it single-handedly as a party. Then you fold your arms, you look at the person, then you look at the person, then you look at the person will tell you, just wait, I see how I will defeat CPDM. Then you look at the person, you ask yourself, is it some angels that are coming to come and declare, like an angel came and declared upon the Virgin Mary and said, you shall give birth to a child that shall be Jesus? Is it the same angel Gabriel that's coming to say, you shall go to election and you shall win? Or is there something that they are relying on that we don't know? Let me say this for all the political parties. The language now that voters like Song Derek and myself need to understand is coalition. Because the CPDM, when this Constitutional Council will finish its hearing and remove a definite list, some of the political parties that did not go and submit, just wait, you will hear they will form their own coalition with some of them form coalition with CPDM. CPDM is not ignorant of the fact that they need to be coalition, because they know that it is only through coalition that they can be able actually to win the election. Just some 2 weeks ago, prior to this, we had some political parties that went to the presidency and met the Secretary General of the presidency and declared their intention to support President Paul Biya. But when you see the opposite side for the opposition party, tell me, since this we started moving closer to this, we have been seeing, you have been holding programs here for coalition since around 2024. Now we are at the doorstep of an election. We are still not hearing anything serious. This person will say, I am open for coalition, I am willing. Don't deceive us, you are not willing. Tell us that I have taken this step, I have met to and so party. This was the condition that they gave. And everybody says, I have the majority. The issue about the coalition also is that this person will tell you, I have the majority. And that's why when I look at the campaigns they are doing now, and I laugh because they said, it would have also been easy for a party to win an election if the party is actually serious. Like you see, the effort that Nijo Fundi put in 1990, we have not seen that effort. Ask most of these candidates who have declared, who have been accepted now. How many times have they toured around the 10 different regions of Cameroon till date? How many? Very few. How many divisions do we have? How many have toured around these divisions back to back? Very few. How many have actually started visiting churches, visiting houses? Very few across the 10 regions. That's to tell you that they don't have what it takes. Now it is only the coalition that can enable them, because if you are stronger in Douala, like Cabral Libi has a strong force. So in some area, if it's stronger, they can easily protect the vote there. You go to Bonaberi and some other parts. If this other party is stronger, they can protect the vote. And I think that they should now start discussing on harmonizing their plan. And what it takes to it's easy for them to form a coalition because they have their what called the manifesto. Look at where you agree first. then you start working on them. When you disagree, you can share that later. But I will tell you that this is
what is primordial for the nation today. When we looking at the political, the society projects of these parties, or they need to change specific aspects which has to do with the electoral code, the constitution, and our institutions? Shouldn't that be the focus for a transition that should say, or for a coalition that should say, we are not going to a greater extent consider the political manifestos of the parties?
I think
we all are complaining about the electoral code, about the constitution, about this. Why can we not join forces? Our effort first.
Just have one main objective.
Yes.
Let
us go and clean the house.
Good, Mr. Liu. I think from the perspective of the electorate and the civil society and every frustrated Cameroonian who is tired of the status quo, the call is one: we need change. The politicians who understand this table, this tennis of politics, they are making it harder. Why do I say they are making it harder? I said it earlier that Professor Maurice Kamto wants to change Cameroon and make it better. Honorable Joshua Osi, the same. Integrity Barrister Akere Muna wants to change this country, and the youthful wing have come and they want to change this country. Why not sit and say, okay, because the problem is when you are coming to the table, like the national dialogue we had, which was a failure, was because we had a lot of preconditions. If you are coming to the table, you must not come to the table thinking that you will be the candidate that is endorsed. You come to the table knowing that what you people are going to agree on that table, that is what you are selling to Cameroonians. And what we want in Cameroon now is a moment of transition. We want a leader who is going to take over, build the institution, make stronger institution than stronger people. Because what we have now are stronger people over institution. If we have a learned person who will sit at the presidency, within the first 7 years, or they agree that you are going to govern for 5 years, but during that 5 years we're going to have amendment of the constitution, we are going to have amendment in the institution. We build very strong institutions. The opposition have given Mr. Biya his highest trump card, and that trump card is their division, and it is explained by a very simple reason. The opposition seemingly don't like Cameroon the way they claim they do, because if they claim they love Cameroonians and they are patriotic to Cameroon, if they cannot agree among 12 of them,
okay,
how will they make 360 different tribal lines to agree?
Yeah,
it's all about greed.
I want us to look at what it takes. It is true that 13 persons have been validated to run for these presidential elections. Others may add after the Constitutional Council goes through the filed petitions. But what does it take to win a presidential election? Can you win a presidential election across the world, any country, without a real political base? Because if we have to profile these guys who want to run for elections, one may be tempted to say, where is your political base?
They say they fight to set us free, but all we see is misery. They came with fire, they came with guns. Now we they cry for our daughters and sons. Our village is burned, our people flee. We live in fear, no place to be. This one has come, we never start. Now pain and sorrow, they tear us apart. But the nation call with open hands. DDR go help us stand from the grip of fear.